अरहंत सिद्ध सुर उपाध्याय साधु सर्व अर्थ के प्रकाशी मांगलिक उपकारी है। तीन को स्वरूप जानी रागते भई जो भक्ति काय को नमाए स्तुति को उच्चारी है। धन्य धन्य तुम्ही से काज सब आज भयो कर जोरी बारंबार वंदना हमारी है। मंगल कल्याण सुख ऐसो हम चाहते हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। So we will continue with Tattvat Sutra 9th chapter. We are on to now page number 348. Anybody would be able to share the screen? No? Okay. Then I will share, but I don't know. Okay. So you could see page number 348. Okay. So it's readable, no?
Yes, Ji, it's readable.
Okay, fine. So yeah. So today we will be discussing this 22 afflictions. You know, there is one called Parishaha and one called Upsarg. What is the difference between two? Anyone knows? Parisha is afflictions and Upsarg is cruel torture. Anyone knows what is the difference between two? Both are applicable to a monk only. It's a part and parcel of a monk's life. But having said that, there is a difference between the two.
Parishaha is caused by nature.
Yes, very good. First point is the afflictions are caused by natural calamity. Okay. It's something caused by the nature. And the cruel torture, upsarg, is caused by man or animals. Okay.
Or Dev also, sir.
Yeah,
Dev
Dev also, right? Dev also. So
And
that
man.
means it is not natural. Okay. It has been created by someone. Maybe it could be man, it could be Dev, it could be animal.
Animal.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is the first major difference. And what else is the difference? Parishas are taken up by the monks to check their endureship, how much they can sustain, how much they can practice discriminative knowledge in those situations. So these are something which monks willingly take up, and upsarg are something that comes up. It's not that the monks are wanting it, but it automatically comes up. And while it comes up, in both the cases, the monks remain absolutely calm and patient, okay, and endures this. That means it wins over this. It wins over the afflictions and it wins over the cruel torture also. Okay. So these are, today we are going to discuss the afflictions. Okay. So when there is an upsarg, cruel torture going on the monk, then a householder will have a feeling of protecting the monk. But it is not so in case of affliction, because affliction is something that monk has undertaken on its own to endure, to check his endurance, to check his strength. Okay. So there the householder doesn't help. Okay. So these are the basic differences. Of course, we will be covering it in the chapter itself. So then we will have, if there are any other things that differentiates between the two, that we will discuss at that point of time. Now we will move on to this chapter, page number 322. There are 22 afflictions. It is called 22 parishaha. Okay. These afflictions are also called calamity. It's also called hardship. Okay. So after the discussing the cause of stoppage of karmic influx, namely 6 tools were there: restraint, carefulness. These two we covered up yesterday. Righteousness and contemplation I had given you as an homework. We now come to the topic of affliction, which we'll discuss now, and then we will move on to the 5 types of conduct. Okay. But I hope we can finish afflictions today. That will be more than enough. And maybe next week we will cover up the conduct. So out of these 6 tools, 4 we have already covered, 2 as your homework, and 2 we have covered in the class yesterday. This is the 5th one about the afflictions. Okay. The relevant aphorism states, Margacya vana nirjarartham parishodvavya parishaha. This is the 8th aphorism. And then 9th. There are 22 names given here: Shut, Pipasa, Sitoshna, Dansamansak, Naganya, Rati, Stri, Charya, Nishadya, Shaya, Krosh, Vadya, Yachna, Labharo, Grut, Tran Spars, Mal, Satkar, Puruskar, Pragya, Jnana, Darshanani. Okay. So this is the 9th aphorism. Now coming on to the meaning. To avoid deviation from the path of stoppage of influx of karma, and for the sake of dissociation of karmas, the ascetic must endure the following afflictions with equanimity. Equanimity means what? Equanimity means not manifesting attachment nor aversion. Okay. So this is what it means.
19 will come at a time.
Pardon?
All the 22 will not be there, no, sir. 19 will be there maximum.
No, 22. Achha, at a time, right?
At a time, only
Yeah,
19
at a time, 99 will be there because some of them are opposites. So both cannot exist.
Ushna, Sheeta.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's given in the aphorism that will be coming up. Okay. So there are 22 afflictions, and Shasikala ji, you only read the names and move ahead.
After discussing the causes of stoppage.
These all done. You have to just start from here. Here are the 22 afflictions.
To avoid deviation, that one?
No, that also done. Next. Here are 22.
The screen I am not able to see.
Acha.
Scroll. From where?
Yes, from the beginning. Here are the 22 afflictions.
Yeah, here are the 22 afflictions. Shuddhana, that hunger, Pipasa, thirst, Shita, cold, Usana, heat, Damsa, maska, that is insect bites, that is Kosu and E, that is fly and mosquitoes. Nagnaya, that is nakedness. Harati, discomfort, restlessness. 3, that is temptation by women. Charya, walking long distances. Nisadya, that is sitting for long periods. Sayya, that is uncomfortable sleeping conditions. Akrosha, that is verbal abuse. Vada, that is physical assault. Yachana, asking for alms. So just scroll up. Screen. Hello? Yes. Yes, sir. Yachana, that is one. Alaba, that is lack of gain, not obtaining what is needed. Roga, that is illness. Transpersa, that is contact with the spurs means touching. contact with the thorns, grass, rough surfaces. Mala, that is filth, dirt. Apra satkara, puraskara, that is prize and honor. Then prajna, false pride due to intelligence. Ajnana, ignorance. The adasana, that is lack of spiritual insight or obstruction to right vision. Shall I continue?
Yes.
A liberation-seeking ascetic endures these afflictions with a tranquil disposition. Enduring them with equanimity itself is called conquering them. This is why they are known as victory over afflictions. Parisha Jaya.
Stop. So see, the main part is a liberation-seeking ascetic endures these afflictions with a tranquil disposition, shant bhav. Okay, no reaction, just knowing it, nothing else. Okay, enduring them with equanimity means no attachment, no aversion, itself is called conquering them. So victory or conquering them means enduring them with equanimity. Okay, that is why they are known as victory over afflictions. Okay, now you start with number one.
Number one, should. Sorry.
Shuddha.
Victory over hunger. Even in the extreme pain of hunger, to endure it with patience is victory over hardship of hunger. When an ascetic fasts or faces obstacles in obtaining food, the sufferings of hunger that arises, if he does not become distressed by it and calmly endures it, that is victory over affliction of hunger. Shuddha Pariksha Jaya. Shall I continue?
Yes.
The nature of this Pariksha Jaya is described as follows. Anasana Unodara Thapa Paushatam. Apra Paksmasa
You can
Dina.
leave that. You can leave that. You
Okay,
can
sir.
straightway read out.
Thoda scroll up karo na screen. Just
yes.
roll up. Yeah.
Yes.
Fulfilling austerities like fasting and reduce the intake when days, fortnights, and months pass and they go for ahara and still no uninterrupted food is received. Therefore, the limbs of the body dries up. Limbs, okay, and become feeble. Even in such a condition, when the pain of hunger is unbearable, the ascetics endure it with calm without yielding even a bit. To those ascetics who have attained victory over afflictions of hunger, we bow daily at their lotus feet with the folded hands. Pipasa, that is
so while
thirst.
doing austerities, okay, and sometimes it happens that they don't take foods for days, fortnights, and months. Okay, and after that they go for this food, but still no uninterrupted food is received. So you must be remembering the example of Lord Adinath, you know. So for 6 months, he was just meditating. And after 6 months, he started going for his alms, but he was not getting the food with the rule that he has thought in his mind. So he was not accepting it. Okay. So another 7 months and 9 days passed. So in total, 13 months and 9 days. So every day, he would get this thought of taking food. So he will go. But since he would not get the food according to his intention, he will come back and meditate. So this is the life of a monk. If they go for food, if they don't get it according to their terms and conditions, they come back and sit in meditation. They forget everything and get engrossed in themselves. Okay. So,
Sir,
yeah.
these slokas he himself written, Barilji. These slokas.
That it's not mentioned, so I may not be knowing. I was also checking it out, but it may happen
अच्छा
sometimes
है
that
पढ़ने
we
के
don't get the source from where it is taken.
yeah.
If Bharilji would have written, he could have mentioned his name. But since it is not
We
mentioned,
will see the book, Hindi book, he may be written.
no, Hindi book also it is not written. I have checked it.
Okay.
because we should give credit to whoever is written.
Yeah,
So I
very
was just
nicely
checking
written.
it out, but it's not
For
mentioned.
all he has written, for all
Yes,
the
yes,
52.
all.
Oh my God.
So even in such a condition, when the pain of hunger is unbearable, the ascetics endure it with calm, without yielding even a bit, without giving up even a bit. To those ascetics who have attained victory over afflictions of hunger, we bow daily at their lotus feet with folded hands. And one thing I would like to share, that how they are able to endure this, because they take shelter in their soul, and while taking shelter in their soul, they are enjoying eternal bliss. Okay, so when they are enjoying this eternal bliss, this automatically gets endured. They don't react, they don't uh, uh, they don't give up, and they remain always calm and happy. So this is the life of a monk. So this is the first of the 22. Now the second is Pipasa. Subhaji, you read.
Yes, Lord. Pipasa, thirst. To calmly endure the intense sufferings of thirst is known as Pipasa Parishahajay. Its nature is clearly described as follows. The Muni's practice of collecting alms is entirely dependent on others, since they go to other houses for alms and do not utter a word. In such a situation, if the alms are not compatible with their constitution, prakriti, intense thirst and great suffering arise. During summer, the internal heat acidity becomes excessively aggravated. Their eyes roll upward due to heat. Even in such a condition, these ascetics do not desire water but endure the suffering with equanimity. Such an ascetic who overcomes the affliction of thirst lives victoriously in this world.
So sometimes the alms are not compatible. Means like they had gone to a place of a householder, right? Now he is serving him some food which requires enough of water, and so uh, they suffer from thirst, and because of this intense heat and the kind of food they have eaten, the thirst is inevitable. But still, they just manage it. Okay, these ascetic, they do not desire water but endure the suffering with equanimity. Just by practicing discriminative knowledge, they know that the soul does not drink water. It is the body which requires water, and I am not the body. So, as a soul, how does it matter to me? I am only a knower and not the doer. So, by practicing such discriminative knowledge, they remain very calm and in equanimous state. Such an ascetic who overcomes the affliction of thirst lives victoriously in this world. Okay. So they are just not enduring it, but winning over it. Winning over it by taking shelter in the soul, by realizing the self, by experiencing the uh, soul, okay, and manifesting happiness. Now, the third one,
Shall I continue, Ji?
Jinali. One each.
Yes. Sita, cold. When
Cold.
afflicted by a cold chill, not only must there be no attempt to resist it, but there should not even be a desire to resist it. To endure that suffering with a tranquil state of mind is a victory over affliction of cold.
Your voice is not coming great, So there
Yes,
is
sir,
some.
it's not audible.
Now it is okay. No, it's not your voice. Okay. Continue, Jinali.
When afflicted by cold, chill, not only must there be no attempt, this I read, sir. In its nature is described as follows. In the winter season,
body shiver.
In the winter season, everyone's bodies shiver, and during the rainy season, such fierce storms blow that even the trees standing firm are uprooted, and the swaying clouds pour down rain. In such harsh conditions, the steadfast and courageous ascetics, Muni Rajas, who have conquered the affliction of cold, sit calmly on the riverbanks and embankments of ponds, burning away their karma and performing dissociation of karma, nirjara. These ascetics who endure and withstand the severe cold with composure are called the savior monks who have conquered the affliction of cold.
Okay. So during the winter season, already the climate is very cool. And again, during the rainy season, there are storms, intense rain, all these, even the trees standing firm are uprooted, and the swaying clouds pour down rain. In such harsh conditions, the steadfast, the firm, and courageous ascetics who have conquered the afflictions of cold sit calmly, unaffected, just enjoying the eternal bliss which is coming in from the soul. Okay. Who have conquered the affliction of cold sit calmly on the river banks. Intentionally, they go to the river banks during winter season, and during the summer season, they intentionally go at the top of the mountain just to check how much they are able to endure this natural calamities, and the embankments of pond, burning away their karma and performing dissociation of karma. So the more you endure, the more is the dissociation of karma. Okay, nirjara happens all the time. These ascetics who endure and withstand the severe cold with composure are called the savior monks who have conquered the affliction of cold. Okay. Now Aditi, heat, usna.
When, due to summer and similar causes, one suffers the unbearable pain of heat, yet does not get disturbed, nor even thinks of making or arranging any efforts to escape it, that is victory over affliction of heat. Ushna Parisahajai. Its nature is described as follows. When there is the torment of hunger and thirst, the intestines begin to burn and the body becomes marked with blisters. The summer sun, blazing like fire, along with the scorching hot winds, causes severe burning. Even the mountains become heated, the body feels inflamed, acidity is aggravated, and fever arises from the burning sensation. In such ways, the affliction of heat is endured by the ascetics, who bear it all without losing their patience or composure.
So you see, just by taking shelter in their soul, they are able to do all these. They are able to practice discriminative knowledge, and they don't lose their patience or composure. Okay. So such is the state of a monk. During the summer, they do all these kind of endurations, and they don't react. Okay. So that's why they are called the conqueror of this heat affliction. Okay. Now the next is Dansa Masak. So, the monks are usually there in the jungle, forest, and there are different types of insects, mosquito, and some other kinds of insects, and they bite them. Okay. Still the monks doesn't
How many types you told, sir? I could not hear. 15 types, sir. You have somewhere something you are telling?
15, no?
No, no.
No, nothing called 15. So, so this insects biting, they endure it without reacting, and they test. It really challenges them, and the monks are always they already premeditated all this happening when they got initiated into monkhood. They knew it, that seasons will change, rain will come, heat will come, and we are all naked. So I have to endure all these things. So he was mentally prepared while taking the initiating into monkhood, and now after rehearsing the practice, the situation has become such, and now he is able to weather that situation by taking shelter in their soul. Okay, so this is Dans Mansak of insects, and who is going to read?
I'll read.
Yeah.
When bitten by gnats, mosquitoes, flies, and other insects, not only is there no retaliation, but even the slightest sorrows arises in the disposition, that is victory over the infliction by mosquitoes and insects. Dansa masak parishajai. Parisahajai. Its nature is described as follows. Flies, mosquitoes, gnats bite the body, and various kinds of wild birds cause pain. Poisonous snakes and scorpions sting, and many kinds of insects, khajure, torment the body. Lions, jackals, and tusked animals attack. Bears and other wild creatures inflict great suffering. The Munirats who endure such afflictions of bites and stings, may they help alleviate our karmic impurities of merit and sins.
So they endure all these bites and stings and remain unaffected, enjoying their eternal bliss. Okay, and in this way they dissociate the karmas that they have bound earlier by this enduring this afflictions. Okay.
Animals are also included in this one, sir.
Yes, animals, like basically the afflictions caused by animals comes under the cruel torture. Okay.
Okay.
But this is we are talking about afflictions which the monks knew it in advance, that while staying in forest they will come up all these situations, and they are mentally prepared. And just because they are mentally prepared, they are able to endure it by not getting disturbed. Okay.
Okay.
This is their practice. This is because of their practice. Okay. And this strength automatically comes also. There is a cause and effect relationship between the purity that the monks have manifested and the kind of rise of karma that a monk has. So there is a cause and effect relationship. So this all are instrumental cause, and the monks, by dint of their efforts, they are able to withstand these hardships and afflictions. Now the next sixth one, Naganya, nakedness. Shashikala ji.
Just as a newborn child is naturally unclothed and without any sense of shame, a Munira should adopt the naked form without even the slightest hesitation or embarrassment. This is victory over affliction of nakedness. Nagnaya Parishya Jaya. The nature is described as follows. Worldly beings engrossed internally in sensual desires and extremely afraid of social shame cannot adopt supreme Digambara form. But those ascetics who uphold vows and conduct conquer even this most arduous hardship of nakedness. They live unperturbed and fearless, arduous, like an innocent child. We offer our salutations at the feet of such ascetics who have achieved victory over affliction of nakedness. Nagnaya Parisaha Jaya.
Yes.
Jaya.
So
Jaya.
nakedness is absolutely compulsory if you want to become a monk. Okay. A monk cannot have even a slightest kind of possessions with them. Okay. So they are naked just like a new child is born. Okay. Similarly, the monks are there without any cloth. Okay. And they never feel shame, and they never think that what people will think of myself, nothing, because they know already, because of their practice and because of um, the shelter that they have taken in their soul, they are able to win over this kind of afflictions of nakedness. Then arati, discomfort. Arati means discomfort. Seventh one. Subhaji.
Even,
Even when
Arati, a discomfort. Even when there are numerous causes for discomfort, Arati, to remain deeply devoted to the path of self-restraint, is known as victory over affliction of discomfort. Arati Parishaha Jaya. Its nature is described as follows. Due to the influence of time and place, various forms of displeasure, arati, arise. In such circumstances, the people of the world become shattered and agitated, abandoning their stability in a state of turmoil. When such affliction of discomfort arises, the steadfast ascetic saints, who with great calmness uphold patience and emerges victorious over the affliction of discomfort, may their names reside forever in our hearts.
So you see, arati, discomfort. So they have already come out of their comfort zone, and since they want to go to the growth zone, they all practice and learn these techniques to endure this kind of discomfort while they become a monk. Okay. And now practically this has come into their life. And since they have already practiced it earlier and they are mentally prepared for it, they doesn't lose patience and they emerge victorious over this affliction of discomfort. Okay. The next is temptation by woman, Stri Parisha, So there are many, in Pratman there are many stories like of Ravan and then Ramchandra ji, and then we have one more of Vishwa Menka and what? Vishwakarma. So there are many other stories also. So all these monks, they win over this kind of afflictions. Okay. Jinali, you read.
Yes, sir. Those uh, when this three temptation by women, when despite being obstructed by women and being allured in various ways, there arises no desire to look upon that form or to embrace them. This is known as victory over the affliction of temptation by women. Three Parisaha. Those heroic chief men who grasp the mighty lion, who seized king of serpents and bend him in their hands, those mere glance from their slightly curved brow causes millions of warriors to be humbled, to bow and begin chanting in submission. Such men may be capable of lifting mountains and bringing forth the storm winds of destruction. Yet they are overcome by their sexual instincts with women, men, and bisexual quasi passions. That is, lustful desires arising from the allure of women. However, blessed are those valiant ascetics, heroes, the ascetics whose minds do not tremble even before such uh,
Enticements. Yeah. So this is again a win over afflictions, conquest of afflictions. Okay. So see, though heroic man, who can grasp the mighty lion, who can seize the king of serpents, the snake, and who are so powerful and who are so brave, they also, uh, mm, they they are also not able to overcome the sexual desires. Okay, they fall prey to these sexual desires. But our ascetics, in spite of having such enticements, they does not submit to them and win over those afflictions. And this is called Stri Parishah Jai. Okay. Ninth one, affliction of walking long distances. Aditi.
To wander alone like the wind, moving fearlessly, even in dreadful forests like a lion, and remain unperturbed even when sharp stones and pebbles pierce the bare feet. This is known as victory over the afflictions of walking long distances. The ascetics, while walking carefully, inspect the path ahead. 4 hands in length, do not allow their gaze to wander here and there. These composed ascetics, bearing the discipline of careful movement, Iriya Samiti, place their tender feet upon the harsh ground without considering it as infliction. They do not recall the days when they used to ride elephants, horses, or palanquins. In this manner, when the ascetics endure the inflictions of walking, Charya Parishai, they break the Charya Parishai, they break the great mountain of firmly bound karmas.
So by winning over this kind of afflictions, they break the great mountain of firmly bound karmas. So those karmas are bound since many years, but by enduring this kind of afflictions, they are able to get rid of those karmas without coming into fruition. Okay. So now the 10th one, Nishedya Parishaha.
Nishidya,
Yeah.
Nishidya Parisahajai. Affliction due to sitting for long periods. Not becoming disturbed or shifting from the seat once adopted. This is known as victory over the affliction arising from the enduring the seated posture without movement. Its form is clarified in the following verse. Dwelling in caves, cremation grounds, mountains, or the hollows of trees, wherever they reside, they first purify the ground. There, for a fixed duration, they maintain a motionless body and do not repeatedly change their posture. Even when calamities arise in the form of cruel torture from non-living or living things like animals or humans or celestial beings, they do not abandon their place. They remain firm, absorbed in steadfastness. They remain firm, absorbed in steadfastness. May such ascetic masters, victorious over the afflictions of chosen posture, Nisday Parisaha, dwell within my heart forever.
So all this cruel torture from non-living or living beings that are a part of upsarg, that is not parisha. But sitting for long periods, while they meditate, they sit for long periods. And even sitting for long periods, they are not disturbed or they are not expressing any kind of reactions or any kind of sorrow. They don't express such things and they easily win over this kind of afflictions. Priyanka. Yeah?
It's called Kashta Dhyan.
Pardon?
Kashta Dhyan.
Pardon, I'm not getting your voice clearly.
I'll
You have joined from laptop or mobile?
So she's in some form of dhyan. Can you repeat once? I'll tell him. Kashta dhyan. Sir, she said kashta
Acha, kashta dhyan. Okay. So this is again a kind of, kind of meditation only, and while meditating they sit for long periods without getting disturbed. Okay, so they remain firm, absorbed in steadfastness. Okay, this is called winning over the affliction of chosen posture. The next is Sayya bed. Okay, Sayya means to sleep. So Priyanka, you read the next two, 11 and 12. Unmute yourself. Are you there, Priyanka?
She might be driving.
Maybe. Okay, let's continue. Subaji, 11, 12.
Sayya bed. During night to lie down on uneven or hard ground on one side without shifting. This is conquest over afflictions of sleeping on the ground. Sayya Parishaha Jaya. Its nature is clearly described as follows. The Muniraj who, during their householder life, once enjoyed the comforts of sleeping on beautiful beds in luxurious palaces, now, in their ascetic life, sleep motionless in one posture on soft, hard ground, remaining fixed in that position. Hard pieces of stone and sharp edged gravel press against them, but they endure it with courage, not weakness. The ascetic who conquer the hardship of lying on the ground, thus cleanse themselves of the darkness of karma, akrosha, harsh words, to remain calm even upon hearing extremely harsh words. This is conquest over affliction of verbal abuse, akrosha parishaha jaya. Its nature is clearly described as follows. The ascetics, who are well wishers of all living beings in the world, both mobile and immobile, and who strive to bring happiness to all, are nonetheless abused by wicked people who call them hypocrites, deceivers, and egotists. Catch and beat the sinner. He is a thief hiding under the guise of an ascetic. In the moment when such arrows of harsh words are hurled, the wise ascetics dons a shield of forgiveness.
So how they are able to endure this, because they think about their past karmas. They feel that this is a result of the karmas that I have bound in the past. So it is good that they are coming on its own and going away. So they remain calm in such situation. And they know that they are abusing the body and not the soul, that I am myself. I am the soul. So how does it matter? If somebody is abusing my body, then I don't mind, because this does not belong to me. So by thinking in such lines, they are able to endure this kind of afflictions, and they win over them by remaining calm and in equanimity in those times. Previous to that was Sayya bed. So they usually sleep in the night for a very little time, and that also without any bed, on the rock itself, and that also in one posture. They don't keep on moving from this side to that side, because the more they do the movement, the small insects which are one sensed being lying on the ground and everywhere, they get killed. So their violence is caused. So at their level, they cause minimum violence. So they sleep in one posture at one place only, and that also for a very little bit of time. All these the ascetics conquer, and they are called the conqueror this hardship of lying on the ground. Okay, and in this manner they cleanse themselves of the darkness of all past karmas. Now 13 and 14. 13 is vad, physical assault, and 14th is yachna, begging, asking for something. Shashikala ji. Aditi.
So she's not there.
Aditi, continue. Aditi is not there.
No. So should I read?
Sir, I think
Okay,
But
then Priyanka, you are now back now?
yes, sir.
Yeah. You will be able to read or you are driving?
No, sir, I'm at the signal. I can read.
Okay, read. Vad
So
and
from
yachna.
Vad?
Yeah.
Vad, just as sandalwood continues to emit fragrance even when it is burned, in the same way, to think kindly even of those who beat or harm without becoming angry is conquest over the affliction of physical assault, or Vad Parishray. Its nature is clearly described as follows. The great ascetics who are free from enmity are attacked by wicked people who gather together to beat them. Some bind them to pillars with iron chains, others burn them in fire. Yet even in such moments they never become angry, instead reflecting upon the fruition of their past karma. Despite being strong, they endure such assault and bondage. Such venerable ones, Guru, are our refuge across all births. So continue.
Yeah.
Yachna, begging. Even if life itself departs due to not receiving food or other necessities, one should not only refrain from asking, but should not even show a trace of helplessness on one's face. This is Yashna Parishay, conquest over the hardship of begging. Its nature is clearly described as follows. The steadfast and heroic Tapodhyan, wealthy in austerity, Munis, through intense taps become extremely emaciated, their throats and arms dry up, only bones and skin remain. So 1 minute. And the network of veins become clearly visible on their bodies. Even in such a condition, they do not ask for medicine, food, water, or anything else. Through their life, though may life there depart, they do not make any request. Upholding the difficult. What is this, sir?
Ayachika vrat.
Okay. Ayachika vrat.
Ayachika. Sorry. Ayachika.
Ayachika vrat, which is vow of non-begging. These Muniraj who have conquered the afflictions of seeking alms do not allow even the shadow of impurity to touch their righteousness dharma.
So this is again repeated. So this yachna, yachna means to beg. So they know that I'm going to get associations as per my past auspicious karmas that I have bound. So there is no point in begging. Okay. Because if their auspicious karmas rise is there, they will get automatically without begging. So they never beg as a principle. Okay. So these monks who conquered the afflictions of seeking alms do not allow even the shadow of impurity to touch their righteousness dharma. So this is called winning over conquest of afflictions of yachna. Okay, they never ask. The previous to that was vad. Vad is physical assault. So this is more like a cruel torture, because here the ascetics who doesn't have any kind of enmity with anyone, they are being by somebody. Some bind them to pillars with iron chains, other burn them in fire. So these are all kind of cruel torture. But this is also a part of afflictions called vad parisha, physical assault. So in times of this, such adversities, they remain calm and steadfast in their concentration on the self. Okay. So despite being strong, they endure such assault and bondages. Such venerable ones, Guru, are our refugee across all births. Okay. So this was Vad Parisha. So somebody must be wondering that how come we will be able to do all these things. So we need not worry about that, because it is the level of passions that we are getting rid of. Okay. So when you get rid of the first level of passions, you become a right believer. When you get rid of the second level of passion, you become a woe holder. Okay. Vrati Shravak. And then when you conquer the third level of passions, you become a monk. So when three levels of passions have already gone, only the mild passions of the fourth level is present there. In such a situation, already this kind of strength automatically develops, and they are able to sustain, endure this kind of adverse situations, and they remain unaffected. That is the strength of the internal purity. Okay. So all these will automatically come to our life. We have to just focus on concentrating on the self. Okay. As and as our purity keeps on increasing, on the outside, our strength to endure all these kind of afflictions will automatically arise. Yeah, Sashikala, you were saying something?
Yeah, but when they're getting food, will we use the word begging for getting the food? We don't use that word.
No, they don't beg. You know,
They
it's
don't
the
beg.
householder who stand outside his house, and
Okay.
during a fixed time, like in the morning,
Yeah,
10 o'clock is the time, they
okay.
stand there outside their house, and if any monks is coming their side, they go and ask them to come with all the ninefold adoration that they do. Okay.
Okay.
And it's in a proper manner. If any of the steps is being missed, then monks go away. They don't take food. Okay.
Okay.
So they have all these prefix conditions that they will take food only if such and such thing happens. And if that thing happens, then only they accept the alms. Now
Sir,
the fifth, yeah.
Sir, may I ask one question?
Yes, yes.
Sir, just I was thinking about how they face the adversities, and they think that this is like it's the past karmas. So similarly, say in our everyday lives as like householders. So our
Yes.
thought is basically like, if something that we feel that something has not been fair, or something is not just, or like there's some sort of discrimination for me, I would,
Partiality, yeah.
yeah, partiality at workplace or something. We think like for us, then the tough is basically to stay put, to not feel like to not budge.
Yes, not budge, not react, and apply all the four exposition at that point of time in that situation. It is our past karma that has come into fruition, that is from Karnan Yoga, from Dravyan Yoga. They are just an object of my knowledge and nothing else. I'm just knowing them. Okay. That is Dravyan Yoga. And then, of course, in Charnan Yoga, according to Charnan Yoga, we must have done something wrong. That's why this kind of reactions is coming to us. So we have to find out those mistakes and mend our mistakes. The next time we don't repeat such mistakes, we should ensure. This is from Charnan Yoga, and from Pratman Yoga, even Ram, Chandraji, Sita, Anjana, all had this kind of similar situations in their life, and they navigated those situations by remaining happy in all those situations and not suffering. So this is how we can win over those situations. It could happen to anybody, anytime. The the best part is that you don't react, just absorb everything. You develop that much strength. You trained your knowledge in such a manner that it is just able to know it and not react. And if you are not reacting, that means you are manifesting detachment, and that is the true religion. So we should always think beforehand such situations, and if we have done the rehearsals and when the actual situation happens, you will be easily able to overcome those situations and you will not suffer. Okay, so this is practice that you have to do day in and day out, and with practice you master it, and then it becomes all very natural to you. You are not reacting, also taking it in your stride, not reacting, moving ahead, all these happening simultaneously without any hindrances.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good. So now next to 15th and 16th, Priyanka, you only read.
Sir, can I
No,
get one?
I
Please,
think
I'm
you read
talking.
now. Aditi will read. So Aditi was not there.
Alabh, no gain.
Yes.
To remain equally content even when one does not receive food or other requisites, just as one would if they were obtained. This is conquest over the affliction of no gain. Alabh parisahajai. Its nature is clearly described as follows. At the appointed time for food, the ascetic enters a settlement once, maintaining silence. If in that visit suitable alms without any obstruction is obtained, the
Is
great
not
ascetic
obtained. Is not
is
obtained.
not obtained, the great ascetic does not let sorrow or dejection touch his mind. Even if many days pass while wandering without success, he continues to cherish the aspiration for the increase of austerity. Such an ascetic who conquers the extreme hardship of non attainment ultimately attains liberation. 16.
So
Rogue,
now, just now
illness.
we discussed about King Adinath, Lord Adinath. So he didn't get food for 13 months and 9 days. Okay. But still, he used those opportunities for further going deep into their meditation, and this is how they conquer the extreme hardship of non-attainment. Okay. And this kind of monks very soon attains liberation. Next, rogue, illness.
Even when the body is afflicted by various diseases, not entertaining the thought of treatment, this is conquest over the affliction of illness, rog parisajai. Its nature is clearly described as follows. When the four bodily humors, what pit, cough, and blood fluctuate within the body, disease and sorrows arises and the worldly beings become cowardly. But the ascetics who have conquered the affliction of illness bravely endure the intense pain of such ailments without desiring the treatment. Immersed in the soul, Atman, and detached from the body, the Jain ascetic steadfastly adheres to his vows.
So this balance between Vat, Pit and Kaph. Okay. Vat is the gas, wind. Pit is the bile and Kaph is phlegm. So when the balance gets disturbed, diseases occur in the body. But the ascetics who are constantly practicing the discriminative knowledge between the body and the soul, and they know that I am not the body and I am the soul, they bravely endure the intense pain of such ailments without desiring any treatment. Okay. If the householder, while giving alms, gives medicines along with the food, then they accept it. Otherwise, they never ask for any kind of treatment. Immersed in the soul and detached from the body, the Jain ascetic steadfastly adheres to his vows. Now, 17 and 18. Subha. She's not there.
Trinasparsa,
Ha.
contact with grass thorns.
Hmm.
To endure the pain caused by grass, thorns, and such physical irritants, this is conquest over affliction of contact with sharp or rough objects. Thrinas, the Trinaspasa, Parishaha Jaya. Its nature is clearly described as follows. Dry gas, sharp pointed thorns, and hard gravel tear through the feet. Dust whirls into the eyes. Splinter like barbs pierce the body, causing intense pain and injury. Even in such a state, the ascetic who had conquered the affliction pain due contact with sharp objects, Trinasparsa Parishaha, do not desire help from others, nor do they remove those thorns with their own hands. Such affliction conquering ascetics are our refuge for countless births. Mal, filth, impurity. To not pay attention to the dirt or impurity accumulated on one's own body and to remain absorbed in contemplation of the self is to conquer the infliction of impurity on one's own body. Mala Parishaha. Its nature is described clearly as follows. As long as they live, the ascetics renounce water, standing naked in the forest. Sweat trickles, the sun blazes, dust files, and covers their whole body. Even seeing their body soil, the great ascetics never let impurity arise in their hearts. We bow our head in reference to such conquerors who have won victory over the affliction arising due to impurity.
So first we'll see the previous one. It was transpers. So tran is grass, dry grass. So the monks they stay in the jungle, forest, and there are small grass, dry grasses are there. So while walking, it sometimes the thorns or something sharp pointed things get into their leg and they are injured. One famous example is of Sukumal Muniraj. Okay, so just because he was very soft, so this because of this injury in his leg, the blood was coming out, and seeing the trail, his mother in the previous birth, he have now become a sheep, not sheep. Sukumal Muniraj, what it was, Sangeeta? સુકુમલ મુનિરાજ ને કહ્યું હતું શિયાલની શિયાલની ઓકે શિયાલની એટલે શું સી fox. Okay, so the fox followed that drop of bloods, and the fox followed that trail, and he got caught of Sukumal Muniraj, and he started Sukaushal Muniraj. Yeah, Sukaushal Muniraj, and for 3 days he kept on eating his body parts. But for a moment also, that monks, Sukaushal Muniraj, he never thought that I would have been better off remaining in the kingdom and not taking this monkhood. Okay, and he manifested omniscient knowledge and he got liberated. So such are the ascetics, and they endure all these kind of injury and pain while they are moving from one place to another place in the forest. Similarly, mal, that is filth and impurity. So these great ascetics never let impurity arise in their heart. Okay, they renounce water, standing naked in the forest. Sweat trickles, the sun blazes, dust flies. All these they are able to endure with the help of practicing discriminative knowledge, and they win over this kind of afflictions. Okay, so that is Mal Parisha Jai. Now the 19th and the 20th, Satkar Purushkar, okay? Somebody praising or giving them some award, something like that, Satkar Purushkar, and the other one is Pragna. So Pragna means knowledge, okay? So these two kind of parishas are very interesting. Let's read it through. Um, who will read? Priyanka?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Satkar Pariksha, to remain
Purushkar.
equanimous.
Purushkar means award.
Puruskar. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Satkar Puraskar. To remain equanimous in honor and dishonor, and to not feel hurt or dejected when not given respect or reverence, is to conquer the affliction of the hardship of honor and recognition. Satkar Puraskar Parisha. Its nature is described clearly as follows. Even though they are great repositories of knowledge, victorious in debates, seasoned ascetics, and filled with unparalleled virtues, people often do not pay them proper reverence, do not praise them verbally, or do not rise in greeting. Yet, these ascetics do not become disheartened, nor do they allow any impure feelings in their hearts. To such exalted, supreme saints, we bow at their feet day and night with folded hands.
So even if they don't get respect or they don't get praise verbally, somebody doesn't rise in greeting, yet these ascetics do not become disheartened. Why? Because they know that I am not the body. Whatever praise or recognitions is going to come to the body and not to the soul. And I am the pure soul, so it doesn't matter whether somebody uh, praises me or not, whether somebody recognizes my talent or not. They are always happy with their inner connection of soul. Okay. So they do not become disheartened, nor do they allow any impure feelings in their hearts. To such exalted supreme saints, we bow at their feet day and night with folded hands. Pragna. This is also very interesting.
So, shall I continue?
Yeah, continue.
Okay. To not take pride, pragya, to not take pride in one's own scholarship is to conquer the affliction related to intellectual pride. Pragya Pariksha. Its nature is clearly described as follows. Those who are treasure houses of arts like logic, prosody, grammar, and who are also experts in the agams and literary embellishments, whose sharp intellect causes rival debaters from other philosophies to shrink in shame and lament, just as wild elephants flee in fear upon hearing the roar of a lion, even upon being such immensely intelligent individuals, those ascetics do not harbor any pride.
Even in spite of having so much of knowledge that other philosophies shrink in shame, and they know that they are capable of such great talent, still they never take pride. Okay. They never take pride in anything. They are so humble, right? So this is called the conquest of affliction of pragna. Pragna means knowledge. Okay. So they never take pride in their knowledge, because after all, this is part of the Shabsham Gyan, their knowledge, right? And they are the soul. So they don't own that knowledge also. Okay. So they are very happy, even if somebody does not recognize them, respects them, or doesn't recognize their talent, they still does not feel dejected, or they don't take any pride in their achievements. Now the last two, Agyan and Adarshan. So Agyan, I'm only reading it. Now only 5 minutes are left. When someone insults you by calling you ignorant or says you know nothing, yet you do not become dejected and instead continue striving steadily for the attainment of knowledge, that is conquering the affliction of being deemed ignorant. Ajnan Parisha. Its nature is clearly described as follows. The ascetics, ever vigilant, day and night in his conduct, brave in restraint, and utterly detached, has spent many days observing the three restraints, Guptis, and has completely renounced all possessions and attachments to them. Even so, neither omniscience, nor clairvoyance, nor telepathy has yet arisen. Okay. So by doing meditation for so long period, still they have not manifested omniscient knowledge, nor clairvoyance, nor telepathy, yet they remain calm. They don't get disturbed. I have been doing meditation for so long, so many years, and still I have not got this omniscience knowledge. And another monk who is just recently taken initiated into monkhood, and he is of the age of say maybe 8 years also. And if he gets omniscience knowledge immediately, then also he doesn't feel jealous about it. Okay. And that is the conquest of affliction of agyan. Yet such a treasure of austerity does not waver in thought. He is indeed a blessed one who has conquered the affliction of being deemed ignorant. Agnan Parishaha. Okay. The last one, Adarshan. When causes arise that could shake one's belief, such a situation do come in the life of a monk when their belief is shaken, Yet one continues to remain firmly rooted in the path of being an ascetic, that is the conquest of the affliction of obscured belief. Its nature is clearly described as follows. I have performed severe austerities for a very long time, yet no or extraordinary excellence has manifested. Riddhi. Special qualities like Vishnu Kumar Muniraj had, that Riddhi. It is often said that everything is accomplished through the power of austerity, but now this statement feels somewhat untrue because he has been practicing austerity for long and no kind of special power has manifested in him. Even so, such thoughts never enter the mind of one who is immersed in the pure serenity of right belief. That ascetic is the conqueror of affliction, of shaken belief. The mere sight of him dispels all sins. So all these monks who endure this kind of 22 afflictions, they are they have manifested so much of purity that by just looking at them dispels all our sins. They are such pure, noble souls. Okay, so this is what a life of a monk shows, that how they are able to endure this, because all the time they are practicing discriminative knowledge, all the time they are applying 4 expositions in every situation, all the time they are contemplating about the 12 reflections. So all this comes naturally to them and they live a very blissful life all the time. Okay, so such is the nature of a true monk. So we got some insight into the life of a monk. There are some further discussions on this, and there are some other details about these 22 afflictions that we are going to discuss in the next week. Okay, next Tuesday. Still then, you complete all the 3 objectives. Third objective will start on Friday, and the paper today only I have checked. It's all correct. 2 mistakes were there. I have pointed out and they are rectifying it. So I think you will enjoy the most the third paper. It's consists of Ashtapaud and Samet Shikar. Okay. So I have told them to put a mark on the questions that are there from Sem6. So hopefully they will do it, and you will really enjoy attempting this third paper. Okay. Already those who have not attempted the first two papers, they do it quickly, and next week we'll meet again. Till then, if you have any questions, you can ask me personally. While giving exams, if you have any questions or if you are finding it difficult to understand the question in English, then you are always welcome to call me. I'll be happy to share the translation. Of course, the answer you have to only find, but at least I can help you to understand the question. Okay. ठीक है. Anything else? Any questions?
No, so sir, just wanted to circle back on my previous question that I asked few minutes ago, sir, and you explained with the use of char anuyogs.
Yes.
Prathma, Prathma Nuyog samajh gaya, sir. That you just have to recall a incident where others didn't have that rag.
Right.
And then, sir, Charuna Nuyog, you said like think about cause and effect. Ki what could have led to this?
No, that is Karna Niyog, the past karmas. Okay. So Charna Yog would be the action that you have to take in such situations. Okay.
Okay.
What are the best actions that you could take being a householder or a monk in whichever situations you are there? So what kind of actions you have to take in those situations, and what was the mistake because of which such things have happened? So both the ways you can contemplate and realize your mistake so that you don't repeat it in the future.
Okay. And sir, Dravya Nuyog?
Dravya Niyog is just an object of knowledge for you.
Okay.
You're just a knower and it's just an object of knowledge.
So Dravya as in the other thing is Dravya.
Dravya Niyog means where we practice discriminative knowledge, where we think of the independent nature of each six substances, the seven fundamentals. Yeah, seven fundamentals, and all these are Dravya Niyog.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So we'll meet up next week. Okay. निज निधि निज में बताई, यह अनंत उपकार है, उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना सत बार है, उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना सत बार है. 9 times Namokar mantra. बोलो दात सांगी जिनवाणी माता की जय. जय जिनेन्द्र.